Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So, just a little quick update before we get started. I tried doing bench again. It did not go well. I was only doing 185, but the shoulder was not taking it. Until I get physio, it's probably out of the question doing any more benching, which is too bad. But I did get a squat PR.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
I definitely didn't go to the gym intending to do a squat PR. But luckily, I guess my squat's been improving faster than I realized. So I was doing exactly my PR for a set of 4 and it felt pretty good. So I figured I'd put the weight up a little bit. So warming up with 135. And moving on to 185. 185 is starting to feel more like a warm-up set every day. And now to 225. It wasn't long ago 225 felt heavy and sluggish. It feels lighter off the rack and moves faster coming up now. And my previous PR, 245. I was able to do 4 reps, so it really shows me that my squat is progressing well. It can be hard to notice small improvements over time, so I'm glad I can see proof of the work I put in. And now for my new PR of 255. I was able to do a set of 3. This program from Calgary Barbell has improved my lifts more than I imagined when I first got started. I definitely recommend it for anyone who's getting into powerlifting. I even had enough left in the tank for a second set of 3. I wouldn't want to go too heavy for risk of injury, but I'm very satisfied with how this workout turned out. So in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about RPE and how you can use it to get an estimated 1 rep max on your lifts. First of all, if you haven't heard of RPE, it stands for Rate of Perceived Exertion. Essentially, it's a self-assessment of how difficult a particular lift is. Finding a good RPE chart is very helpful in figuring out what RPE a lift is when you're first trying it out. There's a few different versions of the chart, but I use the one from Progressive Rehab and Strength. The resident expert is here, but she does not want to talk. It goes from 6 at very easy, which would be closer to a warm-up set, to 10, which would be a max effort, absolutely no power lift. That would be when you hit a difficult PR or even fail a lift. For example, 8.5 RPE slows down on last 2 reps, may stick on last rep. You would have 1 rep, maybe 2, but definitely not 3 reps left in reserve that you could do if you really wanted. As you practice calculating the RPE for various lifts, you will be able to know without having to check. It will almost become second nature. One thing you need to know, however, is that as the amount of reps changes, the less accurate the RPE will be. For example, if I'm doing squats for a set of 3 at RPE 9, I probably won't have 1 rep left, but it has the same difficulty as maybe a set of 15 with a lighter weight, where when I hit RPE 9, I might have 3 reps left, maybe even 4. It's something to keep in mind as you start using RPE in your training, that it isn't an exact science. So, how do you use it to estimate your 1 rep max? Luckily, there are calculators available online that will figure it out for you. I always use RPE Calculator. I'll leave a link for that in the description. So first you have to do a set of an exercise, noting the weight, how many reps you did, and what the RPE you think you were at. I'll use my deadlift as an example. So I was deadlifting 335, so I'll put that in there. I did 5 reps, so I'll find that in the drop-down menu. Next, my RPE was about 8.5, maybe 9, so I'll just put in 9. You can change the weight increment, but I never really change it from 2.5. It gets close enough. Hit compute, and that will give you a list of your 1 rep weights at each RPE level. As you can see, my 1 ERM, or estimated 1 rep max for deadlift, would be 400 pounds. If I also wanted to do 1 rep with a lower RPE, you can get an idea of what that is from the chart as well. Calculating your 1 rep max is helpful for letting you know approximately where your lifts are without having to risk injury by doing it for real. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, maybe even learned something from it. Anyways, thanks for checking it out, and to everybody who made it all the way to the end, here's a crisp high five. And until next time.